Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mags. Call here with your match review for Everton 1, Newcastle 0 at Goodison Park tonight. So without further ado, let's get straight into the match review. In a dull game that bore all the hallmarks of an end of season mid-table encounter with Everton at Goodison Park tonight, Newcastle came away with no points whatsoever as Theo Walcotts scored the only goal in a scrappy game. Ultimately, a lack of quality in the final third proved Newcastle's undoing as we spurred several other opportunities to create something, and Everton recorded a first win in 4 games to move on to 45 points. See on the league, which is up on the screen now. They moved to 8th place with 45 points. Now we remain 10th in the league as well, on 41 points, and need to just get 1 point to be mathematically safe in the Premier League. And of course we have our game against West Brom at home on Saturday, so hopefully we'll be able to pick up the points there. But there is a few things that I'd like to pinpoint in the game against Everton, and I think that the FA should look into this now. Jordan Pickford did a gesture towards the Newcastle fans. He kicked the ball out and then he did a gesture towards the Newcastle fans. Now, the gesture was the 2 fingers up at the side of his cheek towards the Newcastle fans, and you could hear him utter the words off towards the Newcastle fans. Now, if the FA don't do something about that, then literally there's something seriously up, because that should have been given a red card. Pickford definitely should have been given a red card for that. And I'm sure for one, Bobby Madley seen it, because at the end of the game, you could see him actually call Pickford over, and he was speaking to him. And then Paul Dummer also went across and said about it as well, and you could hear Bobby Madley utter the words, "Who?" Now, if he's seen it and he hasn't given a card, then the FA need to look into this, to be honest, because there was 3 chances as well in the game for ourselves where apparently should have been given. Now, the last one of the match was a dead cert as the ball came in, and Phil Jagielka, yes, he had his hands at the side of his body, but the ball came in and he turned his body towards the ball with his arm. It hit off his arm, and yet Bobby Madley still didn't deem it as a penalty. Now, I think the FA should look into that, because, to be honest, that was a penalty. If the other 2 weren't, then that certainly was a Stonewall penalty, because he moved his body into the ball. Yes, we know that it's not a ball to hand, but hand to ball. But that was hand to ball, so that should have been a penalty. But let us know what you think down in the comments below about it, of course, and also what do you think about the Jordan Pickford situation as well. Because personally, myself, I think that Jordan Pickford should be charged for something like that, because obviously it's not on. It was live on Sky. There's a bunch of people watching. It's a Monday night game, of course, so there've been a lot of people watching it. And I don't think that's the kind of manner that you should be doing on a live televised game, especially when you are regarded as a future England #1 goalkeeper as well. I don't think he should be going to the World Cup after doing something like that as well, because I think that should be given as a punishment towards him for doing that. I think he was way out of line, to be honest. Obviously, he's a Mackham at the end of the day, so he's always going to take little digs here and there at Newcastle, but you should know when to be a professional, and tonight should have been the moment where he was a professional, but of course he wasn't. But let us know what you think about that down in the comments below. As always, remember to follow me on social media, links are in the description below. Hit that subscription button down in the bottom right hand corner, as I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of this month. Until next time, you've been watching 100% Mags, and I've been Cole, and see you later.